The Global Competitiveness Report in 2013 suggested that the biggest problem is our inadequately educated workforce. Do you agree with this?
Yes, and the report goes further to say that the third most problematic factor is our poor national work ethic. So human resource issues account for number 1, 3, 4, and 5 in the World Economic Forum's most problematic factors for doing business in South Africa. So our labor market needs comprehensive reform, but unfortunately, as long as the ruling party is in a political alliance with trade unions, we're not going to get the necessary reform, because COSATU in particular, and SADTU, the teachers union as well, have resisted any measures to improve learner outcomes in schools. So, for example, the teachers unions have eliminated inspectors from classrooms, and they have also refused to let teachers sign performance agreements with government. It's very easy to measure performance for a teacher. The performance is simply their learners' performance. But so far, the teachers' unions have blocked any measures that government has been trying since 1996 to improve basic education.
Wow. And how do we move forward from what seems to be a countrywide work ethic that doesn't really seem to be up to par?
Here again, we look at labor laws and regulations as the problem. For example, there is no category of dismissal in our labor laws for poor work performance. Now, yes, it's true, big companies with HR departments can navigate the law fairly effectively. But remember, JSE-listed companies employ only 9% of the national workforce. 65% of the national workforce is employed in small businesses who don't have the human resource departments to manage dismissal protections. So our laws are very generous to employees who don't perform on the job. It's very difficult to dismiss someone for poor work performance, and that has created a systematic problem of low labor productivity. Workers just feel that they have to show up at work, a phenomenon that we call presenteeism, just being present but not productive. Another labor law that really has an adverse effect on our national work ethic is collective bargaining. Now, collective bargaining is a right enshrined in the Constitution, but there are various ways that collective bargaining is happening unconstitutionally. So, for example, trade unions are not required to ballot their members ahead of a strike. Trade unions can force employers to deduct union dues directly from employers' payrolls. Someone is forced to join a union as a precondition for finding work. All of these union-favoring regulations have driven a very sharp split between the labor productivity that people produce, which is low, and the wage escalations that people can demand, which are high.